Hello Virgo, welcome to your reading for the 14th until the 21st of March 2026, and it's going to be general, so please take what resonates and leave the rest for someone else. And it's welcoming the archangels, ascended masters, light beings, spirit guides, our higher selves, and any animal, ancestral or dragon guides that may be resonant. You may be feeling resonant with at the moment, Virgo, are also most welcome. Okay, let's have a look and see if there's something that's happened recently for you, Virgo, and perhaps what you're doing with regard to that as well. And we'll look at some underlying themes, possible outcomes, and we'll get some spirit guidance at the end as well. You have the Page of Cups there, so this is a young artist painting there, so maybe Virgo, you've just recently embarked on something creative. Four of Cups. Yeah, and maybe you're doing this, you know, as a means to sort of process something, or this is like maybe a disappointment or an upset. Four of Cups. It can also talk about, I guess, sort of hanging around in lower mood states. You know, maybe there's something that's getting you down at the moment, and maybe you've just started to do something creative here, Virgo. Maybe that's helping. Okay, I've got Queen of Wands here and Page of Wands. We'll just take those two off the top. Okay, so we'll look at those in the moment. They're kind of there for your general direction. Let's have a look. We'll grab a couple of cards here, thanks Spirit, for Virgo. And we're going to just see if there's something else. Right, I was drawn to those. Let's grab these two. You have the Two of Swords and the Three of Pentacles. So the interesting thing there is that they're kind of similar. It's a similar energy to your Four of Cups and the Page of Pentacles. Sorry, Page of Cups. I think there is something at the moment, Virgo, that's, well, this is a Two of Swords, sorry, yeah. So there's a decision that you're having to make. This is to do with your creativity here, and possibly collaboration, Three of Pentacles. Maybe you're looking to collaborate with someone. But I think at the moment you're just going within yourself to kind of work out if that's going to be in alignment for you. Okay, let's have a look here now. We've got an underlying theme. We have the Ace of Pentacles and the King of, that is the Sire of Wands, yeah, King of Fire. King of Wands. So this is the element, you know, obviously elements of fire and earth here. And there's something here for you, Virgo, that is, I think, seeking either transformation or transmutation, or something that's, you know, when we apply fire, sort of is that transformative energy, okay? And it sort of creates the ash or the earth, okay? So the result of the fire burning is the new earth, the pentacle, symbolic representative of something else here that you are, that's, I think, in potential at the moment here for you, Virgo. So it's an underlying theme is that you have the potential to transform a type of energy. And maybe it's this lower, this disappointment energy here, via a fiery process, which can be creativity or, you know, this one here. And the interesting thing about the cups is it talks about emotion. So, you know, I think maybe you are looking to transmute some emotion that you're going through via an art form, something like that, Virgo. It could be anything creative, okay? Maybe it's cooking, it might be gardening, it could be writing, it could be playing any musical instrument, or literally, you know, doing some type of art or something like that, okay? Or something else you come up with, right? Or a combination of those things. Even using your intuition. Maybe you're into, you know, like tarot, or using your spirituality and your intuition into a creative art form or something like that, okay? Yeah, the Ace of Pentacles is a lot of potential. It's that potential of that something can be brought into physical manifestation. And maybe this is you deciding what type of creativity you are going to do, or whether you are going to embark on this or not at this time in your life. I have a feeling that maybe there's something happened recently has possibly sparked that movement for you, or that momentum into some sort of creative endeavor or creative field. Interestingly, your general direction is that it's looking like you're going to be Queen of Wanding It and Page of Wanding It here. Okay, fire again. So we talked about that idea of the transformative fire kind of coming through for you in your life. Queen of Wands, she likes to be creative, you know, good at business, creativity, being passionate and inspired, not afraid to speak out, not afraid to do what she feels is right, not afraid to be creative in ways that she wants to be creative in. And I think maybe this is you, Virgo. Okay, I think this is going to be a phase that you're going to move into expressing your unique essence as things go forward. This is general direction, okay? Page of Wands, and this is, yes, you literally picking up that wand, or that inspiration, that creative passion, and I guess acknowledging that as perhaps something you're going to be investigating, learning more about, getting better at, if that's something that, you know, you feel you're wanting to do. And definitely exploring. There's this energy of exploration here, and really activating that fire element in your life. It seems to keep coming up every time I speak. It's like this fire thing coming through for you. Yeah, so at the moment you're making a decision about it. Right, it's King of Cups. It's a nice energy there to... that's kind of... Well, I guess it's actually 3 more, which is what we need, so we might take those. So you've got the 3 of Swords here. Actually, let's just look at the possible specific outcomes first. Cup energy again. Okay, so we started off with cup energy. So at the moment, Virgo, there's some emotional things that I think could, for you, be feeling like they're front and foremost in your mind. Like there's something that's happened sort of emotionally. Now, this is specifically possible outcomes in the, you know, near future or future. Is the King of Cups, and this could be it could be you consulting someone that has compassion and understanding and a certain level of expertise in dealing with the emotional realm. Or this is you stepping into your King of Cups, so your ability to master the emotional realm, Virgo. Okay. This is, once again, could be talking about someone that's going to, maybe a friend or a colleague, or someone that's going to offer help, compassion, you know, love, understanding here, Knight of Cups. Or it could be talking about you offering that to yourself, and perhaps this is going to be done by way of, maybe you're literally going to give yourself the gift of going to see someone that's going to help you with, perhaps there's some emotional challenges at the moment. because this has sort of happened recently here. But this could also be talking about, you know, if you've sort of hit on an art form, or you're kind of paying attention to your emotions and you're doing something creative, which is also in what you're doing at the moment. You're being actively creative, okay? Maybe there's some type of therapy that you're going to be helping people with. Maybe some sort of creative therapy, some creative arts therapy or something like that. Okay. The cups, this is all cup energy. You know, this is why I was holding them up together, because the cups talk about creativity, spirituality, intuition, you know, understanding, compassion, using all those abilities that you have, Virgo, to move into those realms. Yeah. So either this is about you getting some support for yourself emotionally in a specific way, or it's about you stepping into offering that help to others, or it's a bit of both. Okay. Yeah, and in your challenge, you have the Three of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles. So once again, this is kind of like a very therapeutic energy to me, because the Queen is so nurturing, and Three of Swords often talks about healing. So if this is in your challenge, maybe there's something about the realm of healing that you are interested in and that you're wanting to work in. And maybe you would actually be really good at it, Virgo, but maybe there's a challenge in you being able to see that you would be good at it. The Queen of Pentacles is just, you know, the nurture of par excellence, okay? Really grounded, centered, aligned, practical, creative as well. Also understands that whole idea about self-care, self-nurturing. So maybe that's something that you may find challenging, Virgo, is to do lots of self-care if you feel like that's, you know, if that's something that you need. And to, or I guess perhaps this is also acknowledging that, you know, it's okay to accept healing, to accept help, to self-nurture. Three of Swords, it is Three of Swords is interesting, because this often talks about as well a bit of a discrepancy between the thoughts and the feelings. So what I mean by that is, if, you know, we make decisions in alignment with our pure logic, or compared to if we make decisions based purely on emotion, and it's looking at how those two forces or energies interact as we move forward. I think at the moment, Virgo, this is the only sword card. Oh, you have the Two of Swords here as well. So this is that decision around, you know, to do something creative. But I have a feeling this is sort of to do with your, you know, your ability as someone that can nurture someone through a process of healing, you know, if that resonates for you, Virgo, or if you feel that you personally are needing nurturing, you know, that, and support, and, you know, to talk things through, okay, that might be something that you, you know, it's difficult because, you know, sometimes we kind of feel like we don't need other people's help with things. But sometimes it's the best gift that we can give ourselves is to accept help from someone else, particularly if it's, you know, the right type of person that's offering the help there. But like I said, that could definitely be about your ability to hold space for others there. And just perhaps if it's an area for the challenge, perhaps you're not sort of seeing that, Virgo, that you are gifted in that area. Spirit guidance, we have the Lovers here. So this is about love and nurturing, and I guess that whole idea of compassion, what that means. And maybe this is, you know, maybe this for you, Virgo, is about self-compassion, compassion for self. Okay. And the Lovers can talk about our own masculine and feminine aspects coming together. So it could be, Virgo, that if you feel as though you haven't been able to be creative in your life, and now this is coming up, you know, then it could be time to acknowledge that, to give yourself the gift of it's okay to move into your creativity, your intuition, your spirituality, you know, all that type of thing, because you are going to be doing your own thing here, Queen of Wands, general direction moving forward, okay? And once again, that transformative fire element that we've, yeah, been talking about. Two of Pentacles. So this is adaptability, flexibility, and, you know, maybe there might be a time here, Virgo, in your life where you are needing to do a couple of different things with your life. Maybe you are needing to work and start a side hustle or something. Spirit's sort of saying the Lovers is two people. Here we have the two, okay? You also have the Two of Swords. A bit of some twos in your reading. Let's see what else we've got here for you, Spirit guidance. That's a lot of stuff. There's, wow, the Empress has just flipped as well. Well, what I'm going to do is, we've got the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, you know what, we're just going to take all of those because I feel like they're all... Basically, Spirit just wanted to give you a whole lot of help at the moment, Virgo, and this is the Mystic Fairy Tarot come forward to give you some help, and I feel that this is great because you're an Earth sign, and you probably don't mind fairies. Well, hopefully. So let's start at the beginning here, okay? Right, we're going to make a story out of this. So, you know, we started here with the Lovers, okay? This is about you coming into connection with yourself, okay? And you're going to probably go through a process of juggling and adapting and, I guess, integrating those parts of you, your feminine and your masculine. And when we say feminine, that's all that the soft, emotional, watery, artistic, creative stuff. And the masculine is, you know, that responsible one, the one that puts the stuff out there and gets things done and, you know, maintains the structure, okay? The Empress, and this is sort of really going to help you with like abundance, creativity. Empress is a beautiful earth, grounded energy for you, Virgo, okay? Really nice. I think that's, yeah. Anyway, let's continue. Wheel of Fortune. So this is the start of a new cycle for you, Virgo. Okay, I think you are starting to align with your passions and your inspiration. And here we have the Priest, or this is the Hierophant. So this is that it's probably going to, it will start to feel like it's a spiritual thing for you. And this is the other thing about the element of fire. So we talked about fire to earth. Fire is like spirit, like that element of spirit, okay? Spirit, passion, fire. And this is the Hierophant, that intermediary between spirit and matter. So it's, you know, literally sits between these two here, okay? Fire to earth. Right, and then when the trees go, when the trees grow, that then provides fuel for the fire again. Okay, so these two elements interact really well. Very productive, like energetically. Okay. Six of Wands. This is talking about your success here, Virgo. Other people are going to recognize you. It's not that you're doing this for external recognition, I don't think. You're doing this more for your soul. Okay. But there's going to be a bonus. You know, the Empress is also saying there's going to be a bonus. And the bonus is that probably it's going to lead to abundance, it will lead to recognition, it will lead to success. Whatever it is that you're considering of moving into here, Virgo. Let's look at the bottoms of the decks as well quickly. Strength, yes. And this is going to require of you, Virgo, dedication to self, I think, and self-care. Okay. Care of self, self-care, and having the strength and the discipline to apply that to yourself. Okay. Four of Swords, another beautiful energy to support your process here, Virgo, which is meditation, calming the mind. And if you are moving into working as a therapist or helping others with their, their issues, then that's going to be a really great skill. And that can be part of self-care, doing things in a meditative or a ritualistic way, that is going to be helpful. I feel you're kind of doing that. It's almost like you're going in with here to make a decision, but you're also doing some creative things to help you with that decision-making process. So it's kind of cool. And you're also, I think, if you are going through, maybe there's been a disappointment just recently, and you're kind of really, it's almost like you use art or something creative to help you with your life generally. And maybe you're going to be doing that in a more formal way even. Okay. Wow, Virgo, I've just got chills. The sun, this is you moving into confidence, radiance. Yeah, the sun is like the most positive card in the tarot, really. You know, confidence, alignment, happiness, contentment. Yeah, and the other interesting thing here with this card too is that, you know, I do ask every deck if it wants to be in a particular part of the reading, and it wants to be, well, anyway, the bottom of the deck here is these people are actually having a chat. So maybe you may well be, Virgo, going to kind of work in some sort of counselling or therapeutic role. If that's something you're considering, this reading is definitely confirmation, okay? Or if you're considering something similar like an art form, or even moving into your intuition or your creativity, then this reading is also confirmation for that. The Devil, okay, and that simply represents all of those things that are going to try and talk you out of doing the thing that you feel makes your soul sing, okay? This little energy here is what we are all having to deal with as we move forward into our new way of being, our new high-frequency versions of ourselves, okay? But yeah, really a serious transformation going on here for you, Virgo. So, but so much abundance and love, compassion, and joy coming through at the end of it. Yeah, I hope that's been helpful. I think we will wrap it up there, and yeah, I hope everything goes well, and yeah, I look forward to your next reading. In the meantime, have a great day, a fantastic week, and I will see you again soon. Bye for now.